What is poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Your boy is very tired. He was got these recordings. I was up at 4 AM for a press conference. Long day for me, no list for you. And Imperial going first. It is a new player, so everyone be nice and say hi in the comments. And it looks like we see a blue and green hit. So we're going to pick up the blue target as Imperialdramon, green target as Stingmon. Gonna see the Junkmon. So I think this is very close to, if not a full starter deck. I guess we'll see. And we have the memory setter, so they actually recognize that it's not worth trying to like one choke them with a rookie. Actually just gonna go straight in. Looks like we're missing the Daiken, but we're gonna fix that immediately by picking up the free type and the Daiken, and then we're gonna pass them 4 for the second turn in a row. We're gonna push up, and I actually don't know what Digimon that is. Either way, one of them is gonna turn into a Pandamon, which I believe has Bardiadis, and then we're going to do the yellow memory boost. That does look disturbingly close to being a like in their trash, but yeah, there we go. So he's going to be in the battle area. Yeah, I think this is relatively close to like a starter deck, like a full starter deck. They are super new, and they're going to be learning the hard way that some of these decks are built stupid, foolish even. So we're going to use this to strip out all 3 sources, and then Imperialdramon is going to suspend both of them. Luckily there's no piercing, so we're not really going to be playing for board here most likely. We're probably going to swing and draw 3 unsuspend. I do have jamming, so even if it was bigger it'd be fine. Swing, draw again. Get the Chaperone in security, and then it's going to be a Davis. We're going to pick up a Veemon off of that, and then nothing can unsuspend. Draw hatch. Okay, they've got Chiaro, so it does look like they have some extra things. Boosto, and then Noble Family Arts. I actually don't hate that. So we are unfortunately going to have to partition out. So I mean, big ups Liam, teaching him a bunch of the mechanics the hard way. Start of main. Davis and Ken played the Veemon. Only, of course, going to be hitting into that dragon mode, but I'm sure we're going to be able to make one. Gain a memory. Into Imperialdramon. Does get to bottom deck the mysterious yellow Digimon. And then swing. Draw 1, jamming, unsuspend. Never mind, we're actually going to swing at the body to try and take him off board this time. And then on deletion floats into a Pawn Chessmon. Okay. Swing in again. Oh, it has blocker. Okay, yeah. So the black Pawn Chessmon has blocker, and then it's pitched to draw 2. So it does manage to take some chip off the board. I actually quite like that. XV, but I think we're actually just making another Imperialdramon here. Stingmon comes down for 3 costs rather than 4. And then end of turn DNA. Going to gain back the 1. Turn into the Imperialdramon. Gain an extra memory, and then swing unsuspend. Now we finally do hit security again. And we hit a security Shoemon, so it gets to play itself out. And comes down the token. Hey, yo, 2 for 1. You're just 2 for 1s out of security? That's crazy. Is this the judge one? Is that why? Either way, I mean, we're going to have dragon mode. Y'all know what dragon mode does. Security. Oh my gosh, it really does 2 for 1. At the end of the battle, play itself and then play a familiar token. And then, okay, at the end of your opponent's turn, delete that token. Alright, so it doesn't really 2 for 1, but it does get to... It does get to, like, shrink off little bodies. Speaking of shrink off little bodies, we're going to Noble Family Arts, the big stack. I guess you technically do threaten Ace, but we do get to scramble back. On blue scramble this time, because we're not going to be on any stupid memory, like, full memory printer stuff. Gets to play off the top. So just explaining how the 2 Veemon and Wormmons work. We now have the matching arts from the Gen Con Wormmon. Swing, draw 1 and suspend. Primo into dragon mode. Dragon mode, spit out the 2 guys. And then make a brand new one. Gain, draw, strip out the source. Suspend, swing unsuspend, and game 2. So whilst we are getting shuffled up, I do want to say a big old thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel and be trying to do what I can to fill in some of the gaps so we still get some close to daily Digimon content. We'd want to say a big old thank you to the beggar, Just Justice Josh, who's an ultimate here on YouTube, a tier 3 on Twitch. Then for the rest of our ultimates, we've got the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the Sticks, 3 Strike Cool, Brad, and King of Knights. And then for our champion, Shinny Carry over on the right, Coffee Deus, DHM, Solar Aura Boris, Andy Fing, Squid Eater, Benji Gibber, Thomas Yates, Tomato FGC, Donkey, Kenneth Smith, Chalva, Ulfos Magnet, and Kragan Security. Thank you to our rookies as well. Greatness being Balfi, Bonsai B, and Turtle Somrun, and to every one of our Digios. You can support the channel for as little as £1 a month, and if you can also support the channel by hitting the like button. I know this is a slight mismatch on the it is a slight mismatch on like the actual decks themselves. Obviously not full power Sundry versus, you know, a pretty built Imperial, but also new players. It's a great opportunity to kind of like learn misplays as well. That said though, they did actually keep it really clean. They didn't make any mistakes in terms of the cards they played. I actually really liked the line they took. That said though, they're about to commit the fanboy sin, which is to commit your only rookie to board with it. Not quite as punishable going first, but it's also about knowing your matchups. It's not like anything too bad is going to happen from this position turn 1. And we actually have all 3 of the rookies. So the promo in the back, and then the 2 BT12 rookies out in front. Ooh, does that cost 1 to evolve? I guess not. Arissa. Kind of surprised he didn't swing, but actually it works out because if he swung, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Speaking of swing, I'm going to swing in. I guess we're missing the pieces that we need. Davidson can. So we're going to be playing a more rookie rush style, I guess. So this is why getting that pawn chessmon out does work. 2. Okay, I would have actually probably preferred to see it evolve over the Shoemon, but both of them are going to be swinging in. This looking at potential overclock. I'm going to spend 3, and we're going to put the blocker down. Oh, never mind. This is not the blocker one. This is the white pawn chessmon, which is not a blocker, because it is yellow-black rather than black-yellow. Start of main phase, down comes the Veemon, and no 4s to be seen off that one, so we are going to pick up the Wormmon. And oh, Elijahmon suspend gets to draw, gets to gain 1. Very expensive Evo, and then gets to swing over the body. And the Armour Purge back down with the crash, so able to play a little bit of interference, and then I'm going to pass them 4. And the Veemon obviously going to bounce back. Can swing over the Wormmon though, to be fair. That would be the thing that I'm hoping that we get to see from them. We're going to go into the Terriermon. Swing. Will they play for damage? They play for board. Good stuff. It's not their first week of playing. I would want to use that as a caveat. We've seen them a couple of times, but still, you know, in the grand scheme of things, compared to someone that's been playing since BT3, very new player. Gonna see the on play, and then we're gonna put the token down. Unfortunately, isn't able to get the clear, but reboot actually under the Terriermon means it's safe from getting immediately swung over. And I'm saying this like we're not immediately gonna see full combo, but all of the 4s seem to be missing. Still yet to see any. I wonder if they're in security. One of the good things about him not hitting security yet means we haven't seen, like, we can't just build from trash using the other Wormmon, but we're going to see the second. I thought it was I was seeing a second one in trash, but we are going to make a very clunky but doable Imperial, and we're just going to be bottom decking. We're going to game back 2, going to strip out the source, and then presumably bot deck the Terriermon. Okay, never mind. Just going to bot deck the token. Swing into the Terriermon, and then swing at security, just jamming. No funny draw power or anything like that. Primo, and into the Dragon mode. Dragon mode going to suspend the Arissa. And then unsuspend, so locks down the Tamer. No partition on this stack though, so the only thing I'd be concerned about is because it's DP minus, you'd have to do quite a bit. to try and make it work. So you'd have to do enough DP minus to account for not just Dragon mode, but fighting mode. We're going to see Noble Family Arts, and yeah, this is how we're going to try and see. Because Noble Family Arts, the problem is we didn't see any DP minus here, so going to crack the Primo. Yep, into the Fighter Modus, so it's 6k, and then 6k is 12. And then it doesn't get the clear as a result. Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate. If they could have gone into a body that had, like, did some DP minus, I think they were thinking about it. Like, if they had the Chaperone and the Chaperone was able to put the numbers down, then we'd be able to go from there. But unfortunately, the hole in the protection. So now we get to swing with jamming, get to unsuspend because we've got the Dragon mode or end of attack. We're going to hit the memory, and then we're going to hit security for game. So it's going to be a relatively quick one. Apologies again that we won't have that 4th round. I'll try and see if I can find some other stuff. But if you did make it this far and enjoy seeing new players kind of get into the game and make some pretty smart decisions, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And of course,
Matrix Digivolution.
what's poppin', tamers? We're back with Player Ammo once again. A bunch of people ask me why I drink Player Ammo, and it's because they sponsor me. Duh. Jokes aside, I actually was drinking Player Ammo before all of that, because I actually don't have much of a sweet tooth, and I find a lot of energy drinks to be too sweet, especially a lot of the powder brands. But the no sugar approach for Player Ammo and their focus on more tart, like sour flavors, really suits my palate. The fruit punch is really just fruity and packs a nice kick. The blue raspberry is really, really nice as well, nice and sour, kind of like when you get those slushies. If you want something a little bit on the sweeter side, there's the strawberry lemonade, which is more strawberry than it is lemonade. And they do have the lemon flavors as well. And I can tell you for a fact that the new black cherry flavor goes foolish. Yeah, the way I mix mine is by getting the dry powder in and then getting a little bit of water in and just mixing it around to try and make a slurry. Then I add up to half the bottle and shake it a baby. And they've given us a bonus game, so big thank you to everyone that stuck around and, you know, increasing the watch time. You're liking the fact that we're getting some bonus games. I did skip ahead. This one is actually going to be a little bit more competitive as well. And I'm going to be opening up. Okay, choosing not to just take the Evo, choose to go for a search. Does find a second rookie. One of the rookies that does double hit, so not too bad. And again, going first on the Sondri. So we're going to see the Wormmon and the Daiken. Junkmon in the back, and then we're going to see the Shoe. Okay, no, we're just going to play the Orisa. Interesting. I'm guessing that Shoemon was not the one that plays out a Tamer if you've got 2 or fewer, because that would be a nice way to choke. Giving you Imperial 3 memory does feel pretty bad if they've got the Daiken. This time I'm going to be picking up the Dragon mode with it. And we're going to go into the Togemon, which has the blocker, and also when something is suspended, get a Stripper Source. I'm going to have the Davis come down. Just the 1-mon pickup though, so not an ideal like double here that you kind of be wanting. Gonna evolve for 2 in the back. And then we have a memory setter, so maybe you just boost here. Just gonna evolve. Would be a mem boost. I actually don't think they drew, but bounce back to hand, and then start of turn, start of main. The 1-mon going to find the Elydramon, so I mean we're very armor pilled at the moment it seems. HPD in hand, we'll not be needing that anytime soon. Yeah, 3-cost Evo in with the Elydramon. Suspend, and then because the card was suspended, strip out the source. So the two like armor forms kind of playing together. But okay, there we go. Finally finding the Elydramon. Very impressive that the Davises have not been double hitting as much. Alright, end of opponent's turn. Minus 3k maybe he does something. I guess not, probably. This will be refreshing. 1, 2, 3. Into the Bunda. Bunda. And then show me the Sondri. 1, 2, 3. 3-cost Sondri. So this is the starter deck one. So not quite as strong as like the crazy good one. The EX8 wait is yeah, it's not the EX8 one. This is the starter deck one. So you still get overclock and you still get the when digivolving play a token, and the token does get to get the minus. So get to overclock and hit a Daiken, which is pretty rough. Okay, really clean. Really, really clean. So it does manage to get the double clear off. Well, it does get to like double tap to like try. Although I guess it lived. I guess he blocked it with the Digimon. Which is a shame because it would have been like a nice way to clear, because obviously this turned into a body. I guess to keep the egg. And we're going to see the Imperialdramon, so that should strip out all the sources. And to the bottom of the deck. So this leaves a completely empty Sundry. Gonna swing. Oh, okay. I forget this one has blocker for some reason. This feels like it might have been bait though. Yep, Ashpide. It may have hit a boost in security, but it does not matter. Gonna do dragon mode, dragon mode. Actually, I guess it's gonna be better that it blocks, because if they end up going for the sticky web, like the BT16 piece, then we would be getting rid of them anyway. And here we are. Gain 1 off of the Imperialdramon. Never mind, we're still making the partitionless one. Just gonna be swinging in with some pure aggro. Hits the Shoemon. It hits the... it's impressive how many of those have been in security. Gonna hit a Sundry this time. But we don't have lethal. Not even close. We do have Primo though. Primo go into the dragon mode lock the Arissa once again. Still getting it to go to 3, and now we've done this, we know. Oh, also that token should probably be gone. Into Primo. Into Fighter Mode Ace. Fighter Mode Ace. Yeah, attempt to bottom deck and it's fine. Yeah, so that one's a little bit wonky. I think that one actually could have gone way worse, because I'm pretty sure that token is supposed to have disappeared at the end of the opponent's turn. Alright. But as much as it did live, we get the extra value out of it. No jamming on that stack, by the way. Just decided to raw dog it into security. And the Primo's gone, so we actually might be able to get some value out of here. Not quite lethal on board. Oh, it's still his turn. Yeah, so just open passing and then getting the overclock. Interesting. So the dragon mode makes it back. It's a shame that it's not going to be able to have a block. We don't quite have... Ooh, we are actually tight for pieces, maybe. Just remember, both of those were free. Down comes the Fighter Mode Ace. Fighter Mode Ace is going to spin the body and then double Daiken. This now represents lethal, unless something crazy happens in security. I'm going to find it, and there's going to be the third one. So to get a little bit closer, did actually get to see the Sundry, but eventually it was going to get just bullied down by everything. So for realsies, this one is our goodbye. So if you liked what you saw and you want to see more, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And have yourselves a damn good one.